So here we are covering in detail with source determination. So source determination, mostly we'll see for requisition, right? For requisition, whenever we create a requisition manually, or if it is created through MRP, or if it is created from maintenance or production orders, in case any material that are to be procured externally, then we need to have the source available for the requisition, so that buyer no need to worry on converting or assigning the source into the purchase order, so that system will automatically convert PR to PO or the schedule lines, so that vendor will receive the requirement as soon as PR is created. Okay, there won't be any delay. That's why source determination is important. So main source determination in S4HANA, what we have is info record, outline agreement, source list, and quota arrangement. Okay, so
Info
always
record,
here the
outline agreement.
source list and quota arrangement.
Okay.
Okay, mostly info
This
record and quota.
this was a
Mm,
question yesterday. I mean, they
mm.
wanted to know the priority. So the priority was why is info record comes in first, right?
No. Priority is from top to bottom. Priority is first quota arrangement.
Okay, quota arrangement, right,
Quota.
right.
If quota arrangement is not there, then info record source list will come.
Source list will
Okay, even
come, then info record, and
uh,
finally contract.
no. If source list is not there, then
Uh,
outline agreement. It will check for the contract or scheduling agreement.
okay, so it will go to
If
the
that is
master data at at the end.
uh, then
Okay.
if these three are not there, then it will check for info record. Okay, like that. So generally, quota arrangement, info record are there in the source list or quota arrangement.
Mm.
So here they are separate document. Quota means outline agreement and info record.
Mm.
So here source list is contain list of outline agreement, info record, like that, right? So
All right, right.
quota arrangement also like that only. So we maintain a different sources for one material in a plant. Okay, so we have this EFB parameter that we can cover in others. This is also one of the customizing settings where buyer can control. Okay, the for purchasing, whether they can assign manual source or it has to taken automatically. Okay, like that. This is kind of an authorization security kind of thing. Okay, for the buyer. If they do not have manually assignment of source, then source should have been assigned automatically. Okay, they do not have access to assign the source manually. So generally source information takes place, as I told, it should be taken at PR level only. Then it will be easy, either during MRP or if it is created by other applications like plant maintenance or production orders. So it will automatically assign, so that buyer will not have to worry, or the requirement will reach to the vendor very fast. Okay, whenever the PR is created. And during MRP also, it generates a PR, and that will convert into PO using maybe the other bad jobs. If it is schedule agreement has a source, it will generate a schedule lines automatically without any delay. So source definition related apps. Okay, wherever we can see that source definition checkbox will be there, right? So what are the transaction, we can see that one. Okay, in MD01, MD02, MD03. So MD01 is the new T code in S4HANA for planning, and create PR. ME51N, we can see that source definition checkbox, and ME56 assign source of supply. Then ME57 assign and process purchase acquisition. There also we can see ME25. Here also we can see that the checkbox, and MD14 and MD15. So this is generally the planned orders which gets created. If they want to convert it, they have to use this transaction code MD14 and 15. Source list. So source list is a master data where it contains all list of all the sources for specific material in a plant. Okay, valid, and this has validity start and end date. Within that validity start and end date only, the specific source will be valid. So it may be info record or scheduling agreement or contract. So any of the or the plant if it is a STO. So any of the three will be the source in the source list will be available. So we have an option to fix it or block it for the specific period. And we can also assign the source during MRP by selecting a specific indicator in the MRP column. Okay, these are the source list functions. So the same thing they are explaining here. So it has validity period. So this specifies the source is valid within that specific period which is entered in the source list data. Okay, so in manual source determination, the period always refers to the delivery date of a requisition. Okay, so it always checks the delivery date is within the validity date of this one. Okay, then only it will consider. If validity date is after this, then also it won't consider. Okay, even if you're creating today, the delivery date in the future, so then it won't consider. So in case of MRP, the period is always the requirement date. Okay, the requirement date is but that is also almost yeah. When the PR is gets created from MRP, that is the requirement date. Okay.
Okay.
So key source data means it may be a supplier or scheduling agreement or contract. These are the ones and plant are the key source which are available in the source list. We also enter procurement plant if we are procuring from other plant. So the field is PPL. The PPL field we enter the plant. Okay, plant if in case if we consider plant as a source, we have to enter in this field. Okay, that is mainly used for stock transfer. So we can fix the source and block the source. So fix indicator enables this specific source is fixed. Okay, within that validity period, so that whenever we create a PR for that material in that plant, always that source will be assigned automatically as if we are selecting the fixed indicator. So it selects except in the case of planning run. Okay, planning run, it will check the planning related options, whether the one or two is selected for the MRP column. So then only it will assign the source. Okay, that is a fixed indicator. And the block indicator enables to block the source of supply for the specific validity period which is mentioned for the specific contractor outline agreement or plant. Okay, that is how the block functionality and fix functionality will work. So in case if you are marking more than one as a fixed source, then outline agreement will have the first priority. Okay, in case if you're fixing two fixed sources, then outline agreement will be the first priority. Okay, then if it is not within the validity, then it will go to the info record.
Okay.
Okay, so MRP indicator this enables to control whether the source we can assign during the MRP run. So either we can use one or two so that the source will be assigned to the MRP requisitions. Okay, so one will be used for normal sources, two will be used for scheduling agreements. If I want to, if I'm selecting that source as scheduling agreement, then we can select indicator as two, so that it will directly generate a schedule lines. Okay, from the MRP.
This priority is for MRP, right?
MRP correct. One or two. If you're not specifying one or two, it won't consider during MRP. The source will not
Okay.
be assigned.
Okay.
Only PR will get generated. So when working with source list and having a multiple sources for a material, MRP is able to determine suitable source of supply according to certain logic that we'll learn. Okay, yeah, this we'll learn in the future. Yeah, it's same logic, almost quota arrangement source list like that only it will go. We'll see that later. Source list does not check whether an outline agreement is already completely exhausted. So source list will not check because Maybe consider here also validity date is there. The validity date what we mention here, that is not same as validity period in the this one agreement, right? So system won't check whether this date and that date will same or not. Okay, it may assign as a source. Yeah. So to enable this check, you can create together with the source list
Quota
quota
arrangement.
arrangement in which you define an outline agreement target quantity as maximum quantity. Okay. In quota arrangement, we can learn this one. In quota arrangement, we have an option called maximum quantity. So there we can
Oh.
specify. Now, in case if it's a quantity contract, the quantity, whatever we mention in the contract, right? Same quantity we can mention as a maximum quantity so that it will check the quantity.
Hmm.
It should not allow, yeah, more than that in the quota arrangement. So in that case, we need to create both source list and quota arrangement as a master data. Then only it will be checked. Source list, I think we have this manage source list app to create a source list. So ME01 is the transaction code. So this is yeah same as SAP GUI. Yeah, to create a source list, first we need to activate in the material master. Okay, then only it will become mandatory. Or
This
if it
source
is
list is info record, na?
no
That
source list.
ME01 transaction code was specified.
ME01 is source list. Info
Okay,
record
okay.
is ME11.
Oh, right. Sorry, sorry.
That is ME11. This is
Ah,
ME01.
right.
Okay. Source list contain info record, outline agreement, everything planned.
Right, right.
Okay, yeah. So first, the prerequisite is to maintain source list is in the material master. We need to select uh, the source list is required. Then it is mandatory. If you're not selecting, then it will become optional. Okay.
Hmm.
Generally, they specify in the material master the source list is required or not. There will be checkbox in the purchasing view.
Okay.
Yeah, in the material master, you can see the source list checkbox will be there. If that is there, if in case if source list is selected in the material master, but there is no source list created, okay,
Hmm.
then what it will do, it will throw an error message like this.
Hmm.
Source not included in the source list despite existence of source list requirement.
That's right.
This error message will come when we create a purchase order.
Hmm.
Okay. So if that is selected, then it has to mandatory to create a source list. And this is specifically at material level. In case one plant is having 100 materials, if I
Hmm.
need source list only for 10 materials, then I can
Hmm.
activate in 10 material masters.
Hmm.
In case if I want source list for all 100 materials, then instead of activating for all 100 material master, what I can do, I can go and make it mandatory at plant level because
Hmm.
it is required for all the materials in the plant, right? So instead of
Hmm.
doing one by one in the material, if I go and activate in the plant level, so in that plant, whatever material we create, the source list becomes mandatory.
Hmm.
Like without source list, I cannot create any purchase order. Okay, so that this is the customizing setting for at plant level. So this will be the customizing. The material master will be at the master data level. Okay, to activate. This is specific to material. This is
So one thing is
specific to plant.
customizing at plant level, and one thing is mandatory checkbox under purchasing tab for source list in material
Ah,
master.
correct. That is, if we need only specific material, we use material master.
Okay.
If want for all materials in a plant, then it is
Then
better
we
to
click on
activate.
plant level.
Yes. The customizing. So in this case also, if you activate at plant level and if you do not maintain
At
any material, then same
uh,
error will come like that.
okay, so for this, I'll have to do this at both. I mean, plant level as well as material level for all material.
No, not required. So what they are telling in Consider if you activated plant level, okay?
Okay.
But in one of the material you created newly, but you are not
Hmm.
created source list. But try to
Okay.
create a purchase order, it will
Hmm.
throw the same error again.
Because oh, okay,
Because source list
understood.
is mandatory as per plant, but we are not created a source list.
Okay.
So
I
errors are
thought
same in both the case.
so if
Both
I
errors are
click
same.
on okay, so if I click on plant level in the customizing and don't maintain, I mean, I have not marked any checkbox in the material master under purchasing view, but
That is
still
not
I have a
required.
source list
If I activate at this one
at plant level,
plant
then that
level,
will
that is enough. No need to maintain
okay,
at material level then. In that
okay,
case,
okay, noted. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So you also specify customizing that all materials of a certain plants are to be subjected to a sourceless requirement. So if a sources requirement exists for plant, so you have to enter valid source list entries for every materials in the plant before it is ordered. So no need to create a source list, no need to activate at plant material level, but we need to create it. Okay.
Okay.
So you can find out materials for which source list record missing. Yeah, this is the I think report. So yeah. So this is the path where we can activate that at plant level. Materials management, purchasing, source list, define source trigger at plant level. So this on ME06, with this analysis, we can see for which material the source list is available or not. We can analyze. If something is missing, we can create it. Okay. So it will give us the data for which material it is missing like that.
Hmm.
So there is an exercise. So create PR with source determination. So no source list available. Okay. So here you can see this. This is the source determination checkbox.
Hmm.
Here you can see. So this checkbox they specified right here. It should be the initial part of the lesson. They are given here the transaction codes, right? So in all these transaction codes, the checkbox will be there. ME 56, 57, 25 like this. Okay, MD01. So all these cases, the checkbox will be available. Okay, MD14, 15. So here also we can see the checkbox. Okay, if you select this checkbox, in case the source list or quota element is available or info record is available, the source will be assigned automatically. We don't have to user don't have to search for the source. Okay, system will assign it. In case if it is not available, it won't assign. You can see as we selected this checkbox, it is giving some
Hmm.
warning message. Not possible to assign a source of supply because I don't think there is any source available for this material, this
Hmm.
plant.
For this plant. Okay.
So we created a PR. Now we are creating on the info record, plant specific info record.
Assign a vendor.
So we're entering net price. So info record is created, okay, for the same material. Now if I create a PR with the same material, now the info record is available, right? So now info record will be assigned automatically because this checkbox is selected. You can see info record
Hmm.
is selected automatically with the vendor number. So that's how this source information checkbox will work. So now they're creating a second info record for the same material with a different vendor. Now, in case of two sources, how system will behave?
Same price also you have given $289.
Hmm. Here you can see
Hmm.
it is because two sources are there.
No, no,
The system not sure,
289.
right, which one to assign. So
Ah.
it is giving an option. So we have to select either of one.
Hmm.
Okay. So now we have a different option. We can do vendor evaluation. We can check the price simulation. Okay. All these things we can do. Based on it, system will suggest like a rank 1, 2, 3. So we can select whatever system suggests. So they're checking effective price of both the vendor.
Hmm.
Maybe which one will comes less, so that they will select. So system is giving a rank 1 and 2. Okay, the calculated value. Calculated value one is this, second is this. So this is having a less value, 28,000 something. This is 29,000. So system is suggesting green here. This one. Select this second vendor. Is 520103. So where we have green traffic line, that the
Hmm.
system is suggesting to select. Now go back. So second one is the one system suggested. Select that, and if you click on assign source, it will automatically add it to the PR. So that's how, in case of multiple sources, we can simulate and we can assign the source.
Okay.
So in previous case, source list was not available. Okay, in this
Hmm.
case, as we have multiple source, right? So we can
Hmm.
create a source list so that it's easy for the system to assign it automatically. Instead of we uh, calculate and we assign the source, system will automatically assign by the source list. Yeah.
Sorry.
So manage source list, create. So we are giving the material and plant. Okay, within the material, within the plant only, that source list is valid. So we have to give start date. Okay, they are using a generate method so that there are two sources are available, right? All the two source will come automatically instead of entering the data manually. So already start and end. Click on go. So it will suggest. See, it is suggesting two sources, 003 and 103. These are the two info records available for this material, right? So it is suggesting. So you can see these two sources which are assigned as a source of supply. So here we can think where is, yeah, here we think where is fixed and block indicator. Maybe after create, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, here we have this the status either fixed or blocked.
What is that impact, that fixed status and block status?
Yeah, fixed status as I told, right? Either of two. If I fix the second vendor, when we create a requisition, right? It was actually trying to source list was not there. It was giving two
Hmm.
options, which one to select, right?
Hmm.
So if I create a source list with these two, and if I make one as a fixed supplier, then
Hmm.
whatever we selected fixed checkbox, right? That will be assigned automatically into the PR. It will always take the fixed vendor, fixed checkbox vendor to the
Okay.
PR.
So if I select someone as a block status, so that will not be used.
That will be like it's blocked. That vendor is blocked for
Okay.
this validity period. for this plant.
So what if I don't maintain, I mean, that source list? Because this we are doing maintaining, na? So can we delete it?
We can delete it. Delete option. We can delete also. No issue.
So the block is for temporary, I think.
Temporary. Right. Whenever they need it, they can use it.
Okay, noted.
Yeah. They're all optional field. Okay, they're not
Hmm.
mandatory. Wherever they want fixed block, they can use it, and they can remove it whatever whenever they want. So now I am making this as a fixed vendor. Okay, 103. Okay, now we are creating the source list. So you can see fixed source. Okay, this is fixed. So now if I create a PR, that time we were going and choosing, right? No need to choose
Hmm.
now. It will fixed 103 only. It will be fixed automatically. That's how the source list will work. If there is no source list, if more than one info record or contract will be there, it is very tough for buyer to choose or decide. So you can see it are assigned automatically because in the source list we fixed it. So that's how the source list will work. So source list is one-time maintenance. Okay, consider that material may be ordered by
Hmm.
so many times in a year.
Hmm.
Okay, if I maintain once the source list, so next year again I have to maintain it. That's it. Only once. Otherwise, if I am not maintaining source list, every
Hmm.
time we are not sure which supplier is good or which supplier need to select. Every time they have to do that exercise, right? So that will be reduced. That's why the source list quota alignment is there. In case
And
if you have one source, then no need to
all this
create.
is having a validity date, right?
Validity. That's what. Yeah, that's what.
So,
In a year, they can maintain next year again. They can extend the validity period like that.
ah, but means each year I don't need to maintain. I can specify, see, if I specified the validity for 5 years, then do I need to maintain for each year?
No, not required. Yeah, they can. No, what I'm saying, some cases the vendors are changing, right? Every year,
Ah, right, right.
some companies what they do not deal with same vendor every year. They go for again evaluation, and based on that they reject some vendors after some time. They go with the new vendor like that, right? In that time they can do that. Or if they have one vendor for one material specifically for longer period, then they have to specify maybe the validity end will be like infinite 999 like that. That is also allowed. Any date they can add, no issue.
Okay.
It depends material to material, it will vary, and maybe business to business, it will vary again.